Run.
Morning, everyone. This is the Commissioners Court for Monday, July the 27th, 9 o'clock, Kinney County District Courtroom. Citizen comments shall be limited to 5 minutes to address the court on agenda items only. Citizens may fill out public participation form and submit the report prior to the agenda being addressed. And the public may also participate on the dial-in number today as it is posted. If you'll please stand for a prayer followed by a pledge. Oh, I'm muted. All right. Good morning, everyone online. If you are online, please mute your phone. We were muted.
Let us pray. Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, we just give you thanksgiving for the beautiful rains you've sent our way. Lord, we just know that it came from you, and Lord, we thank you for it. And how you restored our springs, and our wells, and our ponds, and the creeks, and what a beautiful place we have. Thank you. Lord, we just ask for your presence in our meeting today. That you would grant us the knowledge, the ability to care for the business that we have. We ask your blessings upon our community, and for those who've suffered illnesses, for those who have suffered the effects of the flooding. We ask, Lord, that you would just encourage them, lift them up to you, and ask that they be blessed as well. And we thank you for how you work. And we ask this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Call the meeting to order at 9:06. We do have a quorum present. Good morning, gentlemen. We do have a quorum present this morning, noting that Commissioner Dotson and Commissioner Ferret are out. Before we get into our departmental reports, though, we have a couple of presentations and recognition we'd like to do this morning, and then we'll get into our monthly reports and so forth. This morning, Mr. Ernest is here from AEP. He'd like to do a presentation on behalf of AEP, so come on up. Please, sir.
Morning. How are y'all doing?
All right. Tell us who you are and what we got going on here.
All right. My name's Jimmy Ernest with AEP Texas. We're here this morning to deliver a check to the South Texas Food Bank on behalf of Kinney County. AEP Texas Foundation likes to support the people that in the communities that we serve. So we donate funds to either education, social, human needs such as hunger, shelter, and safety. And today we're here to support through hunger.
Perfect.
Yes.
This was in the plan in the making before the flood.
Yes.
We'd already visited a little bit about this and everything, but
Yes.
spoke to him probably a month and a half ago about hey, I'd like to make a presentation to Commissioner's Court on behalf of AEP to your local food bank, which is our hope center here and everything out of South Texas Food Bank out of Laredo. But it's
Correct.
oversees our food bank. So this is a donation on behalf of AEP to the food bank. And we're just doing it here at Commissioner's Court for the recognition and to say thank y'all for all y'all do for our community. We appreciate your support.
Thank you, Judge, for all your support.
We're going to pay for picture. All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Yeah,
I'll get you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Next up, we have recognition our deputies from Tuesday, a week ago Tuesday, on their service call they did. So come on up, gentlemen. Sheriff, here in this. All right, let's introduce yourself and what you like to do here. Ice, working here. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Like I haven't seen you all in a long time. Yes, sir. I also like to say thanks to these two guys. Last Wednesday night when the flood hit, these guys were working the graveyard. No, working day shift. Working day shift. And then the night shift guys couldn't make it. Those folks couldn't make it in. So these guys ended up working a 24-hour shift for us and everything during our flood deal, during our activation of the EOC this morning. So I'll let you take it away this morning, like what y'all would like to do this morning.
Thank you. Well, thank you first off, Sheriff and Judge, for allowing us to come out here and present these awards. Sorry, my little horse. I guess allergies are kicking my butt. But it's been a couple months since we've been down here. I'm Officer Torres with ICE. These are our partners, Officer Hernandez and Bonnet. We've been out here working alongside these guys. We've been privileged, thanks to the sheriff, to ride with these guys and kind of be a second set of eyes and ears and help out with calls and see what we're here to do. So on July 14th, we had a call came out for stranded motorists who got swept away on the roadside down 334. Just so happened we had some equipment, and these guys took it upon themselves to do what they had to do to rescue these individuals without question, without hesitation, and it was a privilege to work alongside them to do that. So got a couple of certificates for these guys just to definitely or not. And I'll just read off this one real quick, but in recognition of your exceptional bravery, quick thinking, and selfless dedication to the safety and preservation of life, on July 14th, 2026, your courage actions during a dangerous water rescue demonstrated the highest standards of law enforcement profession and embody the spirit of service above self. Your courage made the difference in a life, 2 lives were saved. So, definitely more than that. And Deputy Carlos Olivares, again, the same. This is your award, sir. Along with that is I present you guys life-saving pins. I was privileged enough a couple of years ago while I was on patrol to get one. And I say privileged because it takes a real man, a real woman to step up and do what you guys do. Even officers sometimes don't have the guts to do it. So you guys did what you have to do. I know y'all done plenty for this county. So wear those with pride, because it always reminds you that what you do doesn't go unrecognized. So again, thank you.
Yeah, take all the credit for it. Mr. Gilbert took a big toll on it. We have to go open down there and without work too, so we can't take all the credit for it. So great team effort. Okay, yes. I'll check. Thank you. All right. Address a little bit more about last week, the flood and everything. It happened for us. We're very fortunate that it was a single day event, not a multiple day event like you value those folks. But I'd like to recognize the border patrolmen that are here this morning. If y'all please stand, they were helping us out a bunch on Thursday during the day, even when we set up our agency. Richard organized and did a bunch of stuff for us there. EMS was involved, firefighters was involved, sheriff office was involved. But every time we had a briefing or something, more patrols there, whatever we needed, we could help out, we could do. Thank y'all. They actually went door to door. Constable went door to door. Some of the firefighters went door to door. Sheriff's deputies Thursday afternoon, because we didn't know what the rain was going to do for sure. The dams worked perfectly. Our 2 big dams up north of town, conservation deals that was built in the 50s. They got pretty full. They just stored water for several days, but they held and slowly released that water into town. But Thursday afternoon, it was about 2 o'clock, I think. We decided at 2 o'clock briefing, we said, hey, we probably ought to go door to door on Beaumont Street, back into, Fort Clark. Yeah, we did one street west of Beaumont and then 2 streets back to the east over here, just to recommend that, hey, maybe you ought to find somewhere else to go to see it, just in case. But they still had us in that 6 to 8 bullseye deal for that evening or whatever and whatnot. We're blessed that it didn't happen to us. We did have several water rescues, Tuesday morning, those gentlemen did theirs, then Wednesday, then it got into Thursday morning and stuff. We ended up, I believe, at 7 total rescues, all said and done and stuff. So we did have some houses, and Miss Steven was in here all last week. Miss Laura was here helping with road and bridge staff, doing estimates and so forth, and doing assessments and stuff. And trying to encourage, tell folks if you had any kind of flood damage at all, to please go onto the website, the TM webpage, and select the July 15th event. That's the statewide recognition event, even though ours happened like the 16th. Okay. But if you had any kind of flood damage, property damage, anything, fill out one of those simple forms, and that helps give them a pre-estimate to kind of go to FEMA with to help and ask FEMA. But it's called an ISAT, that's the individual. I would fill one out, because we did have a little bit of flood damage at our house, got in our house a little bit, and so forth. And but residents, business owners, renters, things like that, and any property before it goes, this is for anybody in the county. If you had some kind of damage, do that. Because the resource center forces would do the library. Those ladies had a crash course in ISAT, except it's about a 4-page deal, but it's all online. So you got to download pictures. So I'm encouraging our residents, if you need help with that, downloading pictures and so forth, swing by the library. Those ladies to help you out there. The Hope Center was involved. They understand and kind of know about the principal concept. Wednesday at noon here at TDA, Texas Department of Agriculture, will be here at noon on Wednesday to discuss their STAR program. And that be here in the district courtroom at noon on Wednesday. That lady will be here to visit and share information about how you maybe access and get some funds out of the STAR program, the CAR program. And then on Thursday, Mr. Allen out at the extension office has an AgriLife day already planned. An event, 3 hours of competing education, and during that deal on Thursday, there's a webinar by the FSA office, Farm Service Agency, that hosts a webinar for a program called ECP. A new program we're understanding, but there'll be a webinar starting at 10 o'clock, and you can go on the USC website and find it. And register for the webinar, or if you're out at the extension office already, for those of the locals that are getting their CEUs and whatnot, attending that field day, they're going to stop for the field day and get on the webinar for whoever's there for there, or if you'd like to come by the courthouse here, I'll have it on here at the district courtroom. And that's to learn about the FSA program for our agricultures and stuff called ECP. Okay. Damage wise across the county, a tremendous amount of fences, interior roads and things like that, culverts washed out, fences gone, and so forth, obviously for us as well. County Road and Bridge Department been working 12, 14-hour days. All our roads, all our county roads are passable now. So all our county roads are passable. Not exactly a 30-mile-an-hour road per se, but they're passable. So Border Patrol, everything's now open and passable. It's not back to where we had them, but we're working on that. They're getting there. So thank you to Road and Bridge. We had a little equipment operation deal on Thursday. The track loader went down. Death. Good old death. So much for buying new equipment. How the death system is. But catching a mechanic out, and they got us going on Friday. So that's a big help, because the track loader is really important to help us as far as maneuvering in the gravel bars and stuff rather than the rubber tire loader. So that was a huge help for us. So all the roads are back past. There are still a couple of streets in town that are closed because of damage. Obviously, this one right here, down here by the sheriff's office, that one's still closed, so that bridge is paved to wash off and stuff like that. Still a lot of debris, trash out there, and the bar ditches along the roads and on the guardrails. So just be aware. And there's quite a list of folks to thank, and I'm going to try to call out the names because I'm sure I'll miss somebody. and stuff, but the sheriff's office stepped up, the EMC, Richard, EMS folks, some ladies from the sheriff's office, library staff, nutrition center folks. We had about 21.
Well, 20 was our max here at the courthouse. There were 5 to 6 over at the Slater Hall. We did, that's where the seniors went to the age center. And then we had some that decided they wanted to go home. That was in the players after our 2 o'clock briefing.
So yeah, I mean, somewhere between 25 and 30 folks came in for a shelter deal, and some of them brought their pets, which was fine. I said as long as they behaved were good. But the city brought some food, snacks and stuff, a microwave, a TV. I mean, we had TV going. They brought in a refrigerator, a microwave, a Roman noodle, a snack, and drinks and stuff. But like I say, we use some of our folks that use the nutrition center and stuff. That those girls work on bringing those folks to there. Slater Hall, we use it for a situation deal that's kind of unique for us. First Baptist Church offered to have to use their facilities if we need it, so they were on standby and stuff. But we ended up not using. We started with the community center, but the water's got to rising out of the drainage ditch in the back behind there. Those 2 90-degree turns that has to make behind there. You got to look out of that and kind of from the parking lot. So we called that off first early Thursday morning. And we only had one family there at the time, so we moved them over here and opened up the district courtroom and kind of let this be the hangout. And if we needed cots and so forth, we were working on getting that. But by Thursday evening, everybody said, "Hey, Judge, we're comfortable. We're okay with going home." Then we go home. Everybody went home. So, but again, the volunteer fire department was out and about all day long, so forth, helping, doing, taking care of things. Parks and Wildlife came one from the Del Rio, came over with an airboat. We did use them for one evacuation deal, and so forth. But overall, it's a great team effort, and we're very fortunate. Like I say, we only had it was just a 1-day event for us, not a multiple day event, so forth. But when it's by Thursday, Wednesday night, Wednesday midnight, Thursday morning, in the town it only had about 2 to 2.5 inches of rain. So other parts of it had a little bit more than that, and nothing like what U Valley, those other neighboring counties over there experienced. So when it hit us Thursday morning, before daylight out west, and they got to count about daylight and stuff. But thanks to everybody that stepped up and stepped in. We're very fortunate that we had no lives on. Had quite a bit of damage. Yeah, a lot of fences to build, probably lost quite a bit of wildlife, probably ended up losing some baby calves and things like that. My wife ended up, we had 2 cows make it across Highway 9 over on the top. So they went floating down the creek about 30 miles to make it over there. Again, appreciate everybody's help and stepping in and helping us out. That's kind of my briefing on the flood deal. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
See you Thursday.
Y'all have a good day.
Yes, sir. All right. Any questions or anything about the flood updates or anything like that? We declared a disaster. Activated again Friday after our 7 days, but today on the Commissioner's Court agenda, we'll activate it to where it's on until we declare it off. Okay. So that we'll start with our departmental reports. Mr. Allen, you're first. Do you have anything?
Good. Thank you for everything I need to.
Okay. His field day deal started at 8:30 Thursday morning out there at the extension office. If you'd like to go to that, if you need some continuing education hours and so forth, there'll be 3 hours out of the day, but also during their event, they'll stop for that FSA call. Aging Center, County Attorney.
Nothing.
Okay. County Auditor. Clerk's office has attached the June monthly report. Just the overall balances. Community Center, Nothing there. Everything's okay. We did not get water in the community center. Everything started slacking off Thursday about mid-morning. Like I say, but the ditch did get full, not knowing how much more rain we were going to get. So we did close it and move folks over here. Constable, Earwood. Nothing for, again, thank you for your help last week during the flood deal. Detention center. Warden's with us this morning. Morning.
For our current county 422, and our ADP is also 422. 422.
Okay. Flood waters is 422. 422 count per day, and the average daily population is 422. Flood waters for y'all, other than getting employees cut off from being able to make it to the office, that as far as structure wise, building wise, y'all were good.
Oh, we're good.
Okay. All right.
Is there anything for me?
Anything else for the warden this morning? Sheriff, you good? Okay. All right. Thank you, Warden.
Hey, Warren, thanks for the support too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shoot. Gosh, your body, darn. Warden, come here. Totally forgot. Warden provided the GO, the warden, through communication with him, provided us a hot plate lunch for Thursday. It's lunch for folks and stuff. I think we got 20 plates maybe or something like that. And then Thursday night, he sent us the sandwich deals. What do y'all call them?
Johnny Sacks.
Johnny Sacks with a sandwich, bag of chips, a bottle of water, and a piece of fruit. And he sent us about 40 of those, GO did, for our folks that we thought were going to spend the night with us possibly, or those of us stayed on and during the night or whatever, just to have a snack or something, whatever. But thanks to that, thank you, Rich. I totally forgot about it. Thank y'all.
Jared, too, if you don't want to-
Yeah, Jared set that up for us. EMC.
All right, your sit rep reports are sitting in front of you right now.
Okay.
Those are the stats of information I gathered from all departments and myself. I have right now our new liaison, Hayden. He's switching out for Laura. Loris did get us advanced into our recovery and assessments as fast as possible while she was here. Right now, Road and Bridge is still assessing other roads out at Nueces Road, is what Jason mentioned this morning as he rolled out. As for ISTATs, we're going to assess that after this Commissioner's Court to see where we stand at on ISTATs, and then we'll either email y'all and let you know what the status are from them. If not, we'll brief you on the next Commissioner's Court as well. Or if I see y'all, I'll tell you there too. But right now, we're still in process, and we're going to set some more locations just to check, because everything is not coming all at once. It's just little by little, folks are coming and saying, hey, this is what happened, this is what happened. So I'm learning things that within the gradual time of what happened throughout our county. So it's just due time. I have been contacting a lot of folks to check on them, to see how they're doing, reaching out. So I'm asking others in our departments to reach out and check on your neighbors and friends, see how they're doing, and advise them to consider that ISTAT and then put in their information, because it could be beneficial for this county to do those ISTATs.
And that's our biggest challenge with this, is just educating our residents to say, if you need assistance, come by the library. Those ladies will help you, but fill out your ISTAT. If you had some kind of flood damage, and that's just an initial assessment of what property damage you feel like due to the flood, and an estimated cost of repairs. So the TDM can compile those numbers throughout the whole 59 counties with the whole state, but the 59 counties that the governor declared, and then it could trigger and trigger other forms of FEMA funding and monies back to the state, back to the county. And the county is the residents. The county is us, county and city and the school district, but residents and funding sources, small business funds and things like that, low interest loans and so forth, for those folks who have flood damage to their business or something like that. So it's important to encourage those folks. It's voluntarily. It's strictly up to them. Some of them have already rolled their sleeves up, fixed the problem or addressed the issue and moved on. But pictures, taking lots of pictures, downloading those pictures, chronologically, kind of keeping a date of what, timeline of things that are going on, extended periods of stuff. I was like, told my wife, I said, look, you need to every day write down who all worked at the ranch whether we were paying them or they're volunteers or whatever their hours are worth something, all our personal equipment we've used and so forth like that, because there are potentially some funds that could be out there available to us. And then we just have to know that history and stuff. In the county as well, we're tracking our POs and stuff. We're trying to keep on their flood 2026 deal to where potential possibility of refunds coming down the road. Those will be itemized already for us. We don't have to go back through every bill for every month to see what's flood related and what wasn't. All right.
We're going to look at possibly next week trying to do an AAR, gather up who was here and see if we can get an assessment on what they've seen, sustained and improves that we need to do throughout the county so we can stay on top like we've always been. A few mentioned folks I want to recognize is Deputy Palacio, Sheriff, the man stepped in the shoes of you and did an excellent job. I just wanted you to know that he did everything you expect as a deputy sheriff acting in your place while you weren't able to come out. So
I was trapped on the other side.
Yeah.
and Warren, excellent job too, Nick. At DMS, he was on the spot with everything. Man in control of what he did during the operation. And there's a few others I want to recognize, especially like the Hope Center. The emergency volunteer response team could not all come all at once because they were dealing with their own scenarios. But with the Hope Center director, Vanessa, she took lead, even though she had dealt with a situation of her house in the flood area. But she came to the Slater Hall, took lead of that with the Cernas. Cernas were in the same boat with the Oaks. I want to recognize those two. And they were the Ebert team that pretty much taking care of the ones at the Slater Hall that were more of a special needs or medical that were sheltered there at the time. I also want to recognize Jesse Reyna for having a bus stage just in case we needed it. He had purchased a bus from the school district when they were selling it, fixed it up, and then was quick to volunteer his vehicle to allow just in case we needed to execute the volunteer evacuation. So I want to recognize him. The Yvette and her age center team was quick to slowly get everyone back to the senior center that were seniors here, get them in a comfortable situation so that they're not sitting on the benches for so long. But also, her and Phil Garcia went out to verify houses to make sure they were suitable to return back. So I want to recognize those two for doing their job on that. And also Becky and Albert that were helping around here at the courthouse, running back and forth, getting items, assisting with it everywhere they can possibly assist. So the Flores family, I appreciate their help. And Jared Clark, of course, with Geo, getting us the connections with Geo as well. Mr. and Mrs. Robert Ritchie were the ones that were the point of contacts when it came preparing the First Baptist Church. So I want to thank them for answering my call, making the arrangements and getting their briefing to come get ready for that. And also I want to recognize Polo. Polo was everywhere. Polo got up bright and early, got the center open up right away. When he noticed that the water, he was the one that raised the red flag for that, notified some of us, gained equipment necessary for the EOC, assisted the sheriff department when they needed something, assisted with EMS when it was cleaning up something, or he was everywhere, Johnny on the spot. So Polo's a big recognition on his performance out there during this operation. As for Border Patrol, the Game Warden, TxDOT, and TDM liaisons and all the agencies that were supporting outside, the information that we're providing from in and out. Also information from my fellow EMC in Del Rio. She was feeding Amanda. She was giving us information that we're needing on that end. And then for Van Zavala, that was assisting as the district chief for TDM in our region for 24, giving me the information I needed that was supported from Uvalde to Brackett, make sure we were aware of our road conditions. And you, Judge, big time.
Thank you.
24 hours running on 24 hours. And you don't commonly see that in the civilian world, but in the military, being a beast like that, to be able to operate and continue working, he was everywhere in this county, make sure everyone was safe. He was making sure everything was getting done accordingly, planning the operations with me as well. And actually, sending me out for one rescue to help out the game warden. So, Judge did an excellent job. Just want to make that note to the commissioners that he was also involved. So,
also, thanks to Miss Diaz and the school, they were on standby in case we needed shelter or something, but also in case we needed handicap transportation or something. she said just that they would be on standby if we needed them. So like I say, a lot of people stepped up, uh, without being asked, but just came in and said, we're here if we need the help, or call if you need help, and so forth. So
And one last thing, reminder, this library is where you need to go for information. Mr. Rivas is also another one that stepped up during the incident and also after.
yes.
She's now making sure folks are taken care of after the fact. She was here at the courthouse assisting those who were in the courthouse, making sure those were needing help to get to the restroom, taking plates to them that couldn't walk or anything like that. So she's another one, but she's also with her personnel working and still working to make sure everyone gets what they need and help. So if you got anything that's needed assistant wise, that is our resource center for right now. And then right now, Hayden's going to be the liaison here for the week. And an extension would have to require ask of the judge for him to extend for another week. But right now, I'm asking for only a week. After that, it's going to be just whenever we're necessary, need a liaison to come down. So any questions on me, gentlemen? A lot of it just absorbed in your head, right? Huh? You're like reading this packet, like, whoa.
But no, I mean, thanks, Richard. Richard was right there too. I mean, him and I hung out together for the better part of a day and a half stuff, and a lot of folks were in and out during that whole time. We'd have a briefing. They'd come in for a briefing if they could, and then they'd roll out again. There's a lot of faces and boots on the ground working and helping, trying to keep things moving slowly. Like I said, we visited the dams 3 times during the whole deal, the west side and stuff. And they worked perfect. They did their job and stuff. And a lot of water. They held a lot of water up to keep it from coming through town and stuff. So, all right. Thanks, sir.
We're off to work.
Thank you. EMS, Nick.
Only thing I had to report since I was on that last commissioner's report was our monthly report for June. So June, we had 27 calls. Out of those 27 calls, we transported 16 of them. 5 went to Uvalde, 8 went to Del Rio. We flew 3 of those out, and we also had 3 second calls. So, any questions or anything for me?
A lot of calls.
Yeah, this month's going to be busier than last month.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Would y'all like to speak this morning? Border Patrol? Y'all are good? Okay, but thank y'all. You finally made it home? Was your home okay?
It was.
Good.
Water, but nothing got.
Good. All right, grant updates. We have a Stone Garden School Resource Officer and OLS page there provided by Miss Nina and Miss Carla. Grant updates.
Yes. A judge?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, this is Carla. Anita is trying to call in. Are you there, Anita? Yeah, she's trying to call in. I just wanted to say that as of Friday, the FSRs went in and the one for OLF was submitted, I believe, on Thursday or Friday, and it is for over $1.5 million. That is for all the vendors, the personnel. I know Anita went back and verified every single document that had been entered since November, So that was submitted. Stone Garden was submitted, and the school resource officer. So they're all submitted, and that may be an update to the document you have there in your hand.
Okay.
Any questions on that?
We're reading it. Hold on.
Okay.
So in the OLS funds, the FSR submitted
Yes.
through July 22nd, our refunding eligibility is 1.5 million, more or less, and the grant remaining amount of funds is about $1 million.
Right. The total amount of the grant is 2.771 million. And that is through the end of June, not July. You report through the end of the previous month. So
Correct.
you still have July and August yet to be reported.
Yes, ma'am.
But actually, we're in very good shape for the funding.
Okay.
Now, I do need to let everybody know, and the sheriff is aware, that Stone Garden, FEMA only funded Stone Garden for 50% of the amount that they authorized for us. And it's being held up by FEMA, and it's all Border Patrol, or not all Border Patrol, but it comes through Border Patrol. It's for Stone Garden, the overtime for the county employees, deputies, just for their overtime. So if once we reach the 50%, if we don't have any additional funds or it has not been released by FEMA, then they will not be able to work any overtime. We can still use augmentees that we have, but we can't pay overtime.
Okay.
And the last one, Anita and I looked at it, it looked like it might be through the end of August, possibly the first pay period is September, because that would be the halfway point of the Stone Garden grant. It begins on 1 March and ends on 28 February of each year.
Okay.
So that would be the halfway point. I believe that's it. But listening to everything that happened during the flood, can I just say thank you to everybody that pitched in and helped out?
Yes,
I'm amazed at what I just heard on the community, on how everybody pitched in together to help out.
well, thank you. It was pretty impressive for my end, that's for sure.
Well, it is impressive. Even just listening to it, I'm like, I had no idea what all was going on behind the scenes. I think that's incredible. Thanks, Jeff.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right. That's it for law enforcement grant updates. Then indigent healthcare is attached. Ms. Flores says attached to her indigent healthcare report. Looks like we're spending about 10% of our money. Then judge report. Like I said, we have TDA STAR program Wednesday at noon here at the courtroom. ISAT, still encouraging our residents countywide residents, if you had flood damage, to please get on Tatum's webpage and fill out the ISAT form. It's an estimate of flood damages for your home, your property or whatever. ECP will be a webinar on Thursday at 10 o'clock. Get on the USDA website and look for those webinars. That you can register for that one, or you can come by the courthouse. I'll have it here, and Mr. Allen will have it going on his field day. 391, our commission, 391 commission that we have formed, reactivated, opposing the transmission line. That meeting will be at 6 o'clock in Uvalde at the Fairplex this Thursday, and that meeting's with AEP and CPS, but that's Thursday at 6 o'clock in Uvalde for our 391 meeting. And our 391 members are the city of Sabinal, city of Uvalde, Uvalde County, and Kinney County. Have a Little League meeting this Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock to discuss Little League and look at project site proposals and stuff, construction plans and so forth. AgriLife Extension Program starts at 8:30 Thursday morning out there at the AgriLife Center. You get 3 CEUs. Have a thank you card from the 4-H. They had hosted a year-end party and then sent us a thank you card. They greatly appreciate our continued support of our club. The end of year party was a huge success. We enjoyed each other's company while having fun in the sun. Thank you and the commissioners for allowing us to host our party at the county pool. We hope you enjoy your summer. Love, Kinney County 4-H. And they sent us a group photo. Looks like that Hawaiian theme. Let's share that with y'all this morning. Also, I'm planning on a budget workshop Friday at 9 o'clock for us to go over the preliminary numbers and go through those things and look and see and discuss some of that. But Friday at 9 o'clock, we're fixing to get into having to post a budget and so forth. But I'd like for us to go over the preliminary numbers and y'all know what we're looking at and decide where you want to trim it or we're going to have to dip into our resources pretty heavily with the projects we have going on and stuff and whatnot. And then our grants to refund us back and so forth. But this last week, Meraki, our server and stuff and whatnot we're using, our network protection protected us from 952 attacks. Just to give you an idea about cybersecurity and just our little small part of the world out here and stuff. But other than that, we'll get to road report here in a minute and you can give us an update there, Mr. Montalvo. You can be working on your presentation for us, okay? I'll give you a few minutes notice. All right, justice of the peace this morning. Judge Wheeler provided her report last meeting and stuff, but also continued thoughts and prayers for Judge Wheeler and her family. She lost her mother last week. Library, again, the library report, I believe was last time, but also thanks to the library and those staff over there for taking a crash course in ISAT. They're not the gurus of it, but they can help and be a resource for local folks that need help completing those forms and stuff. Road and bridge.
Working on the road. We got 16 miles of tore-up road.
About 16 miles?
Yes,
16? Okay.
nothing but rocks. All the caliche and base material is gone. You got to turn the hurricane with. He's been out there looking at it. Bad.
It is bad.
We have put in a STAR request. Last week we put in a STAR request for a haul truck, a truck and trailer to haul equipment, a motor grader, an additional motor grader for what we have, and then a roller for what we have. But we have not heard back from that. But those are our immediate requests through TDM for a STAR request for those items with 2 operators. We did Mr. Pena did come back, our former road and bridge foreman. He retired, but he came back to help be some emergency help right now for us to help get things going. But the pit there in Uvalde, it may be a while before we get any gravel out of it, the way it looks like it was rearranged and whatnot. Holy cow. Wow. That was impressive. All right, but thank y'all. Thank you, Road and Bridge guys, for putting in the hours and stuff to get it at least passable. I reached out I told Richard, and I also sent Miss Diaz a text to let us know as far as school-wise kids, if there's going to be a bus route, suburban or van or something that has to go get kids down one of these roads, we would prioritize and try to work on that road first to get it in a lot better shape than what it is. They're all passable, but that would be kind of how we prioritize. So they're working on that list to let us know if there's going to be any school bus routes going on any of our county roads that we have about a lot of damage to. All right, Sheriff.
Good question. Can Union Pacific help with redoing Standard Lane? Because right after the flood, I mean, they were sending trucks down that road.
Oh, they tore it up. They were the biggest burden of damages on. I can reach out to them.
We're saying tell us no.
Okay.
Okay. Well, during the flood, they were trapped on the other side of the river. And I think Foster did a pretty good job handling things on this side. Kudos to him. Currently, we have 44 in jail.
44.
We have 31 are in Tom Green, 8 Medina, and we got 5 scattered in Kerr and Carrington. 44 in jail, 43 are felonies. We have only 1 misdemeanor.
Oh,
The OLS warrants, they just keep coming in every day. Other than that, we're having some big vehicle issues. We got to get some things repaired quickly because now some of the vehicles are running 24/7. They're just hot seat. Other than that, everything's still pretty much peace and quiet. I think everybody did a great job during the flood. We pulled together during that period. And then when we had the big freeze a couple years ago, we pulled together there. So I think it's an example for the state that you need to pull together without having the state to come in and try to direct everything. Any questions?
Thanks, Sheriff. Tax assessor, Ms. Diane's provided her monthly report for you this morning on investments and so forth. County Treasurer. One other thing I'd add is they did open the border back up with Mexico for trading cattle.
Arizona.
Arizona and New Mexico. They're going to allow border crossings of Mexico cattle in Arizona and New Mexico. Not real comfortable with that, but we'll see. We'll see. If we got the fly and the border was closed, I can only imagine now how widespread it'll become in Mexico over towards that northeast portion of Mexico and stuff. But the longer this lingers on, and the further the north the fly makes it, the less likely we are to get flies here until they get production going up, ramped up and stuff. And they're still producing just 100 million flies a week out of Panama, of which 50 million are more or less half females, half males, and about 50 million are the males, sterile males that we need. The Matipa plant is open, but it's not producing anything yet. They're having to colonize their flies first to make the numbers they need to start that releasing flies out of there. But that's kind of a fly update report for you. All right, we'll get into items 4 this morning. Deliberate and consider action on the following items. Item A was already presented, AEP Food Bank. Item B was discuss and approve declaration of state of local disaster in Kinney County due to the July 2026 severe storms and flooding. As you know, I declared a disaster last Thursday, a week ago, wasn't it, Becky? It went, and it was only good for 7 days, so it expired on Thursday this past week. I renewed it on Friday to get us to today, and so part of the action of the day is renewal declaration of a local disaster by the court, and that way it's in effect until I remove it. So this renewal declaration of local disaster, state of disaster, certified a severe storm that began on July 26, which included heavy rainfall, flash flooding, hazardous weather, and was an imminent threat to safety and well-being of Kinney County residents and resulted in widespread and severe property damage due to widespread severe impacts caused through severe weather. Therefore, in accordance with authority vested by me, Section 418.108 of the Texas Government Code, I do hereby renew the formation declaration to declare the state of disaster. So that was me renewing it on Friday, the language there, and then the local state of disaster and flooding. Today's the same thing, 418.108 Texas Government Code, authorizing and presiding officer governing body political state Kinney County judge to declare local state of disaster. And these conditions continue and so forth. The judge has determined resources and so forth, and it stays active until we remove it, or I remove it. Okay, but I will advise y'all before I do that. So I'll entertain a motion to approve item B this morning.
So moved.
Made by Commissioner Matavo, seconded by Commissioner Ward. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Becky, I'll get this signed and dated. You. Today's the 27th. All right, item C this morning. Discuss and disapprove authorization to advertise for bids for mechanical and electrical installations at the Petersen Building with the advertisement and bid submission deadlines to be determined by the court. Commissioner Ward has visited with me, and the blueprints for architectural work, for electrical work and mechanical, the HVAC system and so forth is completed, and we're ready to post those out for bids. So we're authorizing our motion this morning will be to authorize to advertise for bids for 2 weeks for mechanical and electrical work, and then have those due. You want to give them like mid-September or end of September. If we advertise for 2 weeks, that puts the middle of August, basically.
Well, I was looking at the calendar and, the 28th day of August is on a Friday and the 31st is Monday, so there won't be a meeting on Monday. It'll be the next week. Am I thinking right?
August 10th.
So do we want to give enough time to for bidders to get it in by our September first meeting in September?
That would be September 14th. You want to like make them do September say September the 10th. And that way we can make copies and prep them for the 14th for everybody to look at.
Yeah, I was thinking the 17th of August is on Thursday. And those are big projects, all of them. And I think it'd be best to give them a little more time.
Okay.
So
So let's say it's due on September the 10th.
I think so. That's Friday.
That's a Thursday. That'll be a Thursday, and give the ladies Friday to kind of make y'all copies and stuff and whatnot.
It's fine.
I'd rather have a paper copy to kind of flip through and understand best I can. And then we'll open award on September the 14th. Do you want to advertise it for just 2 weeks, or you want to go a little longer on advertising?
I think I would go a little longer.
Okay. What's a little longer for you? You want to go 3 or you want to go 3? Okay. So on item C this morning, advertised would be for 3 weeks with the bids due back to the judge's office on September the 10th. That's a Thursday. And open an award on September the 14th meeting.
You want it at 5 o'clock, about 5 o'clock?
Yes, I would. Yes,
Or
sir.
4 o'clock? What's better for your?
4 o'clock probably.
Okay.
Becky, taking notes, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So entertain a motion to authorize and advertise for bids for mechanical and electrical installation for the Petersen Building work. And copies of those can be, they'll contact the architect to receive digital copies of all that, so forth. We'll advertise for 3 weeks, beginning. Can you get it in by tomorrow, Becky?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get it to the paper by tomorrow for 3 weeks, with them due Thursday, back in the judge's office by 4 o'clock on Thursday, September the 10th. With opening, awarding bids on September the 14th. And we can put it at 9 a.m. when commissioner's meeting starts, but run the ad 3 weeks. So that would be, we'll get it out for the 30th, the 6th, and the 13th. All right, everybody good with that one?
Move to approve.
All right, move to approve that motion by Commissioner Ward, second by Commissioner Montalvo. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. All right, we'll work on that. Good deal. Making progress on that one. Item D this morning is review and discuss 2026 Feral Hog Grant Report before submission to AgriLife Extension Services. This is our hog grant program that we applied for 2026. Actually, it was reported from 9/1 of 2025 to August 31 of 2026. It's due August the 1st. The awarded amount was $12,000. Were used for payment of helicopter flight eradication measures for flight time, travel, gunners, and ammo for predator eradication through the end of July 2026. We shot 119 hogs and 5 coyotes and plan to have one more arrow hunt before the end of the project, but this will get it submitted in for this first submission to get refunded, reimbursed. Any questions on this application or this?
Any action under D or not really?
No, it's just,
Okay.
I think the original grant authorized me to sign stuff. This is just an update report. We're going to submit this one and so forth. Is that correct, Becky? Ms. Alma, Ms. Candy, you're on the call. This one just says review and discuss. Do we need to, or I'm authorized to sign on this report from the initial application. Do we need a motion to? It doesn't have any action listed here. Oh, okay. Action's right under it. I'm sorry. So that one's on just review and discuss, and we did. So I'll now take action to authorize Judge Schuster to sign the official to sign any documents needed for submission for the grant. Item E, I'll entertain a motion. So moved. Second by Tim Moore. Yeah, I'm unmuted. All right. All those in favor of item E this morning? Aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. All right. Item F this morning is a report update from July the 19th, 2026 from grant updates. And you have that document this morning with you for us. Yes. Montalvo made the motion, Commissioner Ward second.
Maybe, yeah. Candy and I were trying to speak there. We can't move.
No. Can they hear us?
You want me to just put her
You can try.
here? Good morning. I'm just gonna put you on speaker.
Morning.
Good morning.
All right. Got you on speakerphone. So what do you got for us?
So we just gave you the report. That first item was just the report for
Yes,
the
ma'am.
grant from this year.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we didn't have the numbers last meeting, I wanted y'all to see them this time.
Okay.
I did talk to Donna this morning, and they are planning to fly this week.
Okay.
And so that'll be great if that can happen. We can get the invoice in and get it paid on next commissioners meeting to be able to submit it before the end of August.
Okay.
Okay? So that's all good with that one. And then the next one was the actual grant that's coming up for 2027.
Okay.
So I know y'all have already voted on that, so we'll submit it.
Okay.
What, do you want to stay with the same amount? Do you want to change the amount, anything like that?
I think the amount's fine.
Okay, all right. We'll just kind of do something similar to what we did last year. Do you want it to stay with the gunny?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Sounds good. And then the last thing we had was the grant updates, and that's just a listing of what we've got up through the end of June.
Okay.
Of course, LCRA, we will have that submitted by Friday. That's coming up quick. I think that's the only one we have in progress right now for the county.
And that would be the shade and fence like at the swim
Yes.
splash pad?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Mhm.
All right. Any questions, Commissioners? All right. That'll do it. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you all. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. All right. So that's a grant update for us. Item G this morning is discuss and approve a motion to make a budget amendment to the 25-26 fiscal year to move $800 from line 010-5-2300-0916 election work in the same department, would be line number 0590, equipment service service charge copier for expenses exceeding budget amount fiscal year. This budget amendment is attached. This is for Ms. Padron and Tax Assessor Collector's Office. So I entertain a motion to approve that. So moved by Commissioner Montalvo, second by Commissioner Ward. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next is another budget amendment item. Budget amendment for the 25-26 fiscal year to move $13,649.88 from line 010-5-2500 to -0500 sheriff equipment purchases and $4,209.50 from 010-5-2500-0665 sheriff law enforcement equipment. Move those funds, what they total, move those funds to line 010-5-2500 to 0635 sheriff auto repairs for auto repairs exceeding current fiscal budget. So I have that budget amendment request here. Entertain a motion. So moved by Commissioner Montalvo. Second by Commissioner Ward. Morning. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Next up is another budget motion to approve a motion to approve using current budget to pay Allison Bass invoice for $420 for services performed in the last fiscal year and not encumbered with properly executed requisition and purchase order. So these were services provided last September 17th and October 21, telephone conferences and so forth with the county attorney. So entertain a motion to pay $420 legal fee to Allison and Bass. So moved by Commissioner Ward, second by Commissioner Montalvo. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Item K this morning is a Discussion approved motion to make a budget amendment for the 25-26 fiscal year to move $18,000 from 010-5-000-0003 grant matching to 020-5-1300-1028 road and bridge overtime emergency to pay out overtime for July 26 flood cleanup. Entertain a motion to approve that budget item and change.
So moved.
Second.
Lee. Oh, I did skip J. All right, hold on. All right, hold on. We'll rescind that motion right quick. I did. I marked J out. Item J is discussion and approved motion to approve paying out overtime for cleanup for the 2026 flood to be submitted to FEMA for possible reimbursement. We talked about that earlier. We got some overtime pay issues and stuff throughout the road and bridge department and other stuff. So we're just making a motion that we're going to authorize the overtime payment instead of comp time. That's that motion, item J. I'm sorry about that. So moved. Any further discussion on item J? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Now, item K, we just talked about, and that was moving $18,000 from grant matching over to road and bridge for emergency use for overtime. So, again, that motion was made by Commissioner Matavo and seconded by Commissioner Ward. Any further discussion on item K? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item L this morning, discuss and approve motion to make a budget amendment for 25-26 fiscal year to move $6,000 from 010-5-2600-0700 building maintenance to 010-2800-0650 deposit refund. And also $3,000 from 010-5-2600-0700 building maintenance to 010-5-2800-0649 custodial services. This one is simply to two things here is hold on, let me get caught up. That $6,000 from building maintenance to deposit refund. Those are deposit refunds for renting the civic center, the community center stuff. They pay their rental fee and their deposit, and then they're able to get their deposit back. The rental fee and stuff goes into a different fund, and we didn't have enough funds in the refund account to refund the deposits that we've been resubmitting out. And so we're increasing that fund deposit there. And then building maintenance to custodial services, that's for the civic center, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so both of those deal with the civic center stuff and everything, but that's why the budget request is being done. Amendment. Entertain a motion to approve
So moved.
item L, moved by Commissioner Matavo, seconded by Commissioner Ward. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. All right, item M. Move and approve, disapprove bills and disbursements applicable to Kinney County Detention Center. Consider to take action to amend and extend operation and management agreement with GEO Corrections and Detention LLC related to County Detention Center and address the reconciliation of payments due and amendments to payment process. Consider and take action to provide direction to UMB Corporate Trust and Escrow Services to reconcile and direct distribution of funds and close out the of UMB trust accounts. I will move that to executive session to discuss with legal counsel. The next would be approved Kinney County Commissioners' previous minutes. We have none today. Item 5, item 6, departmental budgets. We just did all those. Item 7, approving bills and disbursements applicable to Kinney County Detention Center. Don't have any. Item 8 is ratify and approve all claims and bills, including payroll for Kinney County budget 2025-2026. You have those in front of you this morning. Entertain a motion to approve the bills as presented. So moved by Commissioner Ward, seconded by Commissioner Montalvo. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. All right, the other items pertaining to county business, we talked about a lot of things already this morning about, the big thank you goes out to everybody that helped during the, flood last week. Again, thank y'all so much. The county folks coming and stepping forward and stepping up. A lot of us have some cleanup to do. We keep telling people we have a big mess, but we're blessed. No lives were lost. It's just a big cleanup. Some things got rerouted. Some things got moved around. That's for sure. But we're blessed that we were a single day event, not a multiple day event, and so forth, and what have you. But with that being said, Commissioner Ward, do you have anything else before we take a recess and go to executive? Mr. Poe? All right. So with that being said, we'll recess at 10:18. Go into executive session. Executive session will be discussed pursuant 551.071, 551.129 government code, consultation with attorney, and also personnel matters 551.074. And in executive session, with possible action coming out will be item M this morning on the agenda. We'll take it short.
Run.